Hey everybody, it's me just making another video. This is my WrestleMania series number 13. Oh man, that's good. That cream soda, best thing you can drink when you get off work. But anyhow, this is my video, my WrestleMania series number 13. Thought I'd bring you a video, like I said, from yesterday, today. Yesterday I gave you the worst tag team title matches at WrestleMania. These were absolutely the worst in my opinion. They either one star or no star matches at all. They were just bad in my opinion, and I put them on my list. And today is going to be me doing my best tag team title matches at WrestleMania. These are going to be the top 10 tag team title matches at WrestleMania, handpicked by me. And this is gonna handpicked by me and what I thought about some of these matches, because these were really good tag team title matches for what they were. So let's get started with this video. Number 10, I got the Dream Team versus the British Bulldogs at WrestleMania 2. This was a really good matchup between the Dream Team, which consisted of Greg the Hammer Valentine and Brutus the Barber Beefcake, and then you had the British Bulldogs, who were a really good tag team in Britain, and then they came to the U.S. and they brought their style to the WWE, and it sort of got watered down, but still they were still good in the ring. And when you put these teams together, this was a really good matchup. You had Greg the Hammer Valentine, who can always go, and then you had Brutus the Barber Beefcake, who has some limitations, but when you throw them in there with the British Bulldogs, you just have a really good matchup. And that's what this matchup was, as this matchup did not disappoint, as the British Bulldogs pulled off some good moves, and then of course you had the Dream Team doing their heel tactics, and this was just a really good matchup. And in the end, saw the British Bulldogs finally beat the Dream Team and become the new tag team champions. And this is probably one of my favorite matches to watch at WrestleMania 2. And if you've seen WrestleMania 2, just watch this matchup, because in my opinion, with the exception of the Ricky the Dragon Steamboat and Matt Bourne matchup at WrestleMania 2, this is one of the best matches at WrestleMania 2, as the whole undercard, even the main event, sucked. But yeah, if you watch WrestleMania 2, watch this matchup. You won't be disappointed, as this is a really good matchup. We then go to number 9, the Triple Threat Tag Team Championship matchup between Team Angle, Los Guerreros, and Chris Benoit and Rhino. Very good matchup between three teams who were just putting it out there. They were having a really good matchup. Like I said, the only main gripe about this matchup, my only main gripe about this matchup, was the fact that this matchup was just too short, and had it been extended and been longer, this could have been a really good matchup. But still, it was good for what it was. I mean, you had Benoit and Guerrero, and you had Team Angle in this, so what more can you ask for? This was just a really good matchup. But in the end, saw the Team Angle come out as retain the tag team titles. But still, had this matchup been given enough time, this could have been easily a 4 or 5 star matchup, because you had Benoit and Guerrero in there, or at least a 4-star matchup. You had Benoit and Guerrero in there, so this was a really good matchup. Number 8, got Demolition versus Strike Force. Very good matchup. Well, a good big man, little man tag team matchup. You had Demolition, who was making their WrestleMania debut, and you had Strike Force, who was probably one of the hottest tag teams back in the WWF, and you had those two teams clash, and Strike Force was using their speed and quickness to slow down Demolition, but Demolition kept using their power and their size to dominate this matchup. And then Strike Force finally got the upper hand in this matchup when Rick Martel had the Boston Crab on one of the members of Demolition, but then one of the members cracked him over the head, and then one of the members would pin him, and then of course Demolition was your new tag team champions. But for what it was a really good matchup, and probably it was a really good tag team title matchup, and that's why I got it on here. Next matchup on here is from WrestleMania 11, Owen Hart and Yokozuna versus the Smoking Guns. Very good matchup. You had Owen Hart, who can always bring it in the ring. Then you had Yokozuna, who was making his return to the WWF as the mystery partner for Owen Hart, and then you had the Smoking Guns. This was a good matchup for what it was, with the Smoking Guns keeping Owen Hart in the ring and trying not to get Yokozuna in there. And this was just a fun, entertaining tag team title matchup for what it was, which saw Owen and Yoko take the belts. And that's why I got it on here, because this was just a match I really got into, because it really didn't disappoint. Even it was easily a 2-3 star matchup, and it did its job at getting Owen Hart and Yokozuna over as one of the legit tag teams in the WWE. Number 6, I got Demolition versus the Powers of Pain and Mr. Fuji. This was an unusual matchup, as this was 3 against 2 for the tag team titles at WrestleMania 5. But overall, the wrestling wasn't really that good in this matchup, but entertainment-wise, it was good seeing Mr. Fuji get his, and then seeing the Powers of Pain do some moves in this matchup. Although in my opinion, they were one of the most underrated tag teams, but the thing about them was the only way they can have good matches if they worked with good workers with the Hart Foundation or the Rockers. But overall, this was a good matchup for what it was, and I really enjoyed it, and that's why I got it at number 6. Number 5, I got Owen Hart and the British Bulldog versus Mankind and Vader. I already explained that in my most underrated matches, so let's move on. Number 4, I got TLC 1, the Dudleys versus the Hardys versus Edge and Christian. Only a little bit to say about this matchup. There was a lot of good spots in this matchup. You had the Swanton dive from the outside of the ring on one of the Dudley boys on the table. You had a bunch of good spots. It was just so hard to keep up with some of the spots, but overall, this was a very good matchup, and it helped put the WWE tag team titles on the map, and it put the tag team division on the map, and it put all these 3 tag teams all on the map, as these 3 teams would be real popular with the fans, and they would feud even more, which was probably one of the best feuds in the WWE. Switching over to number 3, I got the New Age Outlaws versus Cactus Jack and Chainsaw Charlie. Only a little bit to say. Very good matchup, as the New Age Outlaws and Chainsaw Charlie and Cactus Jack were battling out in the dumpster matchup. They were using the dumpster a lot in this matchup, and in the end, it saw Cactus Jack and Chainsaw Charlie win, but the decision will be reversed, as they put the Outlaws in the wrong dumpster. But still, overall, this was a very good, entertaining matchup for what it was. Next matchup, number 2, is the Fatal 4-Way Tag Team title matchup from WrestleMania 20, with RVD, Booker T versus Law Resistance versus the Dudley Boys versus Karras and Cade and Mark Jindrak. Very good matchup. Really entertaining for what it was, even though it was sort of short, but still, this matchup entertained me, and it was just a really good matchup, and it still was rushed to get these teams on the pay-per-view, get all these, the excuse to get all these guys on the pay-per-view, but still, for a thrown together matchup between thrown together teams and then 2 established teams, this was a very good matchup for what it was, and that's why I got it at number 2. And then finally, number 1, I got TLC 2 from WrestleMania 17. Very good matchup. You had so many spots, it was hard to keep up with. But my only main gripe about this matchup is the interference from Spike Dudley, Rhino, and Lita. But overall, if you get over that, this was a very good matchup that had a lot of good spots in it, and just 3 teams just going out there and beating the hell out of each other to get the prize, which was the WWE Tag Team titles, and to prove that they were one of the best tag teams in the WWE. Very good matchup. Also, my favorite spot in this matchup was the spear from Edge to Jeff Hardy, and then of course the Bubba Bomb off the top of the ladder, and then just a lot of good spots. It was just so hard to keep up with, like I said in the beginning. But yeah, overall, my favorite matchup, and that's why I got it at number 1. Anyhow, that's giving you my WrestleMania series number 13. Hope you like my video. You can rate, you can comment, you can give me a video response, and I hope to upload and I hope to see you on Wednesday with my Wrestling Forgotten Gems, Dean Malenko. Until then, I'm out. Peace.